Look Back was a sentimental, beautiful film that, yes, made me tear up. A story of two girls drawing manga and the emotions they feel along the way. Listen, I typically need tons of characterization, years of investment, and massive payoffs before I even shed a single tear for an anime character. But in this anime movie, the extraordinary voice acting, the raw emotion depicted by the characters' faces, the incredible pacing, and exquisite direction, they all culminated in the best standalone animated film that I have ever seen. If you didn't already know, Tatsuki Fujimoto, the guy who created Chainsaw Man, wrote the manga that they adapted for this movie. I honestly had no idea how extremely talented this guy was. His unlikable and almost repulsive characters in the Chainsaw Man anime made me think that he could not write a soft and heartwarming manga, but I was so wrong. He tells this amazing story of Ayumu Fujino, a girl who is good at drawing manga, and how she is one-upped every week by her junior, Kyomoto. While Fujino works intensely to become a better drawer, she realizes that she cannot compete artistically with Kyomoto, a shut-in who draws all the time instead of going to class. Now, I will say that the emotive expression on Fujino's face when she sees Kyomoto best her is gut-wrenching. It's like Fujimoto took the distilled, perturbed look and art style directly from his other work, Chainsaw Man, and he implemented it into this seemingly cute story. It's that stark contrast that really puts this movie over the top in terms of artwork, especially because this film has very little dialogue. It's exactly what I enjoy in anime, those words that are small in number but innumerable in magnitude. For example, Kyomoto will say something like, "Fujino, thank you for bringing me out of my room." And from the scenes that have played out so far, we can tell just how much Kyomoto really means what she says in that line. Fujino took Kyomoto's hand and they went on many adventures together, even as seen in the trailer for this movie. What's more is that I did not want this film to end. I was dreading the finish, not only due to a part that I cannot talk about due to spoilers, so please go watch this film when it comes out on streaming services, but also because everything was picture perfect. The music was absolutely slapping. Okay, maybe not slapping, but it was elegant and pure. Haruka Nakamura, the composer for the soundtrack, blasted us with sweet melodies from the piano, and it was some of the best music that I've heard for the background in a long time. Dude, you can't believe how emotional it made some of the scenes. A great example would be the part where Fujino and Kyomoto grow up together, drawing manga constantly as the environment changes from season to season. The music just adds to an already magnificent story. Everything put together is the equivalent to a masterfully composed symphony. The bond between these two characters is really emphasized and brought through the screen into your heart by many aspects. One would be the director, Kiyotaka Oshiyama, and his fervor to bring creator Fujimoto's thoughts and depictions to life through animation. Oshiyama would think long and hard about how he can express joy coming from a character simply by skipping. Yeah, in this one part, Fujino gets excited when praised by Kyomoto, and she literally skips the whole way home. I swear, it's one of the best scenes in the movie because the quote ad-libbed animation that they put in due to Oshiyama's focus on making the emotion of the scene eke through the screen. I felt stuff that I never would have imagined, especially coming from an animated movie. I normally hate standalone anime films. Of course, there are some films that I enjoy, including Princess Mononoke and A Silent Voice, but those are rare. Fujimoto produced an absolute banger when it comes to Look Back and all of its great qualities. I got to watch an exclusive interview after the movie, so that's why I know so many extra details about the director and the animation. There really hasn't been a piece of content to move me in the way that this film did in a long time. It's an instant classic about the effort that you put into your works of creativity and how you might not end up liking the actual process. It can become grueling or dull, but when you look back on a popular success of yours, you may feel as though you made the world a slightly better place. That was the theme of this movie. I'm just here to say that I freaking loved Look Back, and Fujimoto is a way better creator than I originally thought. Also, Oshiyama seems like he worked very hard with a true appreciation of Fujimoto's original artwork. This movie deserves a perfect 10 out of 10, and I won't accept any other score. Now, for the rest of the video, I will be talking about spoilers, so please be warned. Okay, so I have to say that I was not expecting such a gruesome end to the story. As Fujino brought Kyomoto out into the world, she felt responsible for Kyomoto's death via a deranged art student at the university she decided to attend on her own. Even though I don't feel that Fujino was assessing the situation appropriately, she was distraught. There was ample evidence to support her arbitrarily attributing blame to herself at first glance, but she was calmed by a supernaturally transmitted manga panel through the door of Kyomoto's childhood home. It's weird that we got a what-if scenario where Kyomoto did not come out of the house initially, and Fujino indirectly ended up saving her using her karate skills. I still think that this movie addressed grief and loss adequately, if not, well, showing that you can appreciate small things about the person that can bring you solace, like the fact that Kyomoto had bought all of Fujino's manga volumes and saved that autographed jacket even though they parted ways for an extended amount of time. It was so difficult to watch Fujino cry. I literally felt my heartstrings being ripped out from my body. The pain was easy to sympathize with. Nonetheless, the theme of Fujino continuing her work due to an innate sense of passion for manga made me realize that Fujimoto was trying to get the point across that there will always be something to stop you from living life, but we need to keep moving forward and just be grateful for the people in our lives for however long of a time. What did you guys think of this movie?